You're listening to
Deacon Live.
Deacon Live.
Deacon Live. All right, we're going live. You ready? Here we go.
Okay.
This time I swear.
Resume.
All right.
Live.
From the Queen City studio.
With the Deacon Live.
Right now. Ready? Yes.
Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right hand side is Teacher-man.
Hey, happy holidays.
We are live in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Give us a call at the station anytime at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina at 407-448-8800. Make sure you like us on our social networks and stuff. We are already on the Prophet Radio website. And don't forget to be a supporter of the show, Patreon. I have uploaded a bunch of bad phone calls. You get telemarketer calls all the time?
You know what? They have completely ceased.
Really?
Within the past, since the election, there are no more. There were calls every 15, 20 minutes about candidates and wanting my support, and these were live people. These were volunteers from, the campaign headquarters of whatever candidate that was.
You remember Teresa downstairs? Remember she left and Donna took over? Teresa actually works for the Republican Party nominee, whatever, community committee, whatever, here in the North Carolina area.
Wow. Yeah. And Donna's still here, by the way.
Donna is still here. Jesus, I haven't had to deal with her anyway. So... Teacher-man, ready for the holidays? You got everything on? What?
I feel like I'm ready, but I don't know. Lots going on that's just yanking at my holiday spirit.
What's bothering you this holiday spirit?
Well, I just found out my my brother quit his job and quit his job.
Quit his job?
Yes.
What was he doing?
Well, he's a high wig in a big wig in high finance.
Okay. And how old is your brother, by the way?
My brother is 5 years younger than I am, and so
he's 37.
Yes. But shortly before that, we found out that his wife has Lyme's disease.
Oh, jeez.
She's she's on her ass. And,
right.
Just tired all the time, and and when you got to watch two grandchildren,
right,
all the time, that's a job and a half.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So I was out at the French the other day trimming trees and taking advantage of some time off that I had over the weekend, and I didn't think about it, but I was like going, at any time, because of French, we're 300 and some odd acres, I could have gotten a deer tick, or wherever Lyme disease comes from. Is it a deer tick or regular tick?
Getting bit by a tick. Many ticks carry them, but mostly it's deer ticks, right. Yes.
Well, and I was thinking about that, and I was like going, holy shit, why am I so tired? I'm hoping, and, I always see the episodes of House where they found the tick, between her toes, one that, and I was actually, I had to do a self-examination, in your folds and creases and places you can't see.
Yeah.
So you just kind of take your fingers and prod around like your butt crack and gentlemen, under your. Yeah. Because that's where they want. They want to hide in hot, warm. Oh God, where is this show going? Where's this show going?
Well, and what disappoints me a lot is when you reach your hand around to your ass and you feel something hard stuck in the hair in your ass.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh my God, let me get that out of you. You pull it out, and then with disappointment, it's a dingleberry and not a tick.
Well, you just need to wipe your butt a little bit better.
Yes. So it could have been a wet fart, by the way.
Oh, jeez. Teacher-man, so we're getting ready for the holidays, and with the holidays comes a lot of time off. I told you I took some advantage of time off at the French. We are getting into what I call the amateur drinking season, which is your everyone's got 2 weeks off for Christmas vacation, so they're letting loose, and now you get into Christmas and then New Year's at the same time, and so you get into these people I don't want to say I'm a professional
professional drinker.
Well, I don't want to say a professional drinker, but I just want to say that I'm professional where I know
You enjoy what you do.
I know my limits. I know what's supposed to happen. I know my limitation. Everyone's like going, "Oh, you should drink, drink this and mixed drinks and all that stuff." And I'm like going, "Nope, strictly beer. I know my limitations. When I get to, this number of beers, I'm like, okay, I need to slow down. Get something to eat and all that stuff." But there's a lot of people out there that go to these bars, and the bars are going to be packed. I mean, especially on Monday. Monday's Christmas Eve, and a lot of bars that are normally slow on a Monday, they're going to kill it this Monday.
Yeah.
And I want to play this video of how to act and order in a bar that's crowded on any time, New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. So here we go. Let's see if we can pot this up.
And here's your water.
Thank you.
Guy.
Hell no!
Hey!
What were you having, a smoothie?
Well, it was a blackberry margarita. What are you doing?
You know how long those take to make, you asshole? How long do those take to make?
I don't know, like 5 minutes?
You know how much time you waste with that bullshit?
This is bullshit.
Hey, tip 1, know your drink. Keep it simple. Tip 2, don't order a water. Drinks are water.
So, I mean, know your drink. You have a go-to drink that you go to when you go to a bar.
Yes, usually it's a. I like several. I like Scotch and sodas.
Mm-hmm.
I like Perfect Rob Roy's. I like if I go to sweet drink. I like a blackberry martini, which is what that guy had.
Right. So here you go.
That's why they're called drinks.
He's going to continue on about what to.
Okay, all you're doing is delaying the tips for cash at a bar.
Oh, bring
okay? All
cash.
you're doing is delaying the tips for this guy by about a week.
I don't want to bring cash to the bar. Like bring cash to pay the bartender and stuff like that. I run a tab up and do a debit card. That's stupid. Why would you bring cash to the bar?
Men don't
I have
order
never
wine,
done that.
All right.
I have
You're not
always paid cash.
Yeah.
And
Really?
I've always put the cash on the bar before I started ordering my drinks.
Let me explain something to you about.
That's a New York thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it is, but I have worked at several bars in the local Orlando area, and people, when they pull their keys out and they're like, "What's in my?" They get to a certain level, they're just pulling, they'll pull out a wad of money, and chances are, if you got cash in your hand, 20s are going to fall on the ground, or money's going to fall out of your pocket. So I never carry cash on the bar. So.
Fine Italian dinner.
Well, I always keep my cash in a wallet.
Yeah.
Can I see your beer list, please?
Beer list?
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Get a pumpkin ale or a chocolate stout? It's rotten barley and oats, okay? We're here to drink rotten fruits and vegetables.
So there you
not
go.
Some fancy fruity.
So make sure when you're out there, be kind and courteous to your bartenders, and they're working during this holiday and have to deal with all these, like I say, noob drinkers, people that only get drunk on, I don't want to say they only get drunk on the holidays, your 4th of July, your Memorial Day, your Labor Day, Easter, Hanukkah, Halloween, Christmas. See, I threw a couple in there. And and New Year's Eve. So, I mean...
Well, you know what? I agree with you. To a certain extent. Now, that guy wasted more time than had the bartender just given him his fucking drink.
Well, he's just trying to make a point.
Well, he did, and he went overboard. But the fact of the matter is go to the bar. I don't care what the holiday is. This is my feelings. Order whatever you want. Just remember when you pay, remember your bartender.
Right. Take care of your...
if he took 5 or 10 minutes to make you drink, remember that when you tip him.
And what about, I always dealt with... The reason why I run up a tab is because every time you go to... In Florida, we always had like 2-for-1s or whatever they had, something like that. 2-for-1s for $4. Or 2-for-1s for $2 or whatever the 2-for-1s were. And, $2 goes on the counter and you give them $1 to open the bottle caps. I got to do this every time? I got to tip them. If you do cash, you got to tip them every time that you... No.
So we never tip till the end.
Right, till the end. But your generation is a little bit... You didn't have debit cards and ATM cards and the accessory to plastic.
Right.
Here, we kind of run a tab up, because I'm not going to give him $1 every time he opens up a bottle for me, but I will give him whatever the case is at the end of the service. I will give him money on the little card or the little receipt that I got to write. All right, he was good, and then you always see the little note like tip the bill or whatever like that you've seen. If your bill's $30 and you tip the guy $30 and you know, hearts and all that stuff. So anyways, I'm just letting you know out there that, you know, take care of your bartenders. This is a rough time for them as well. This is where they kind of make their money during the holiday and Christmas and stuff.
And I know I've tended bar for many a holiday.
Yeah. So Teacher-man, we have transitioned now. Granted, you know, Thanksgiving is gone. And have you ever seen, like, during Halloween, everyone decorates their yards really, really big and really, really exciting with all these, the stuff that you can buy at the Home Depot and the Walmart. You're getting all these decorations are getting so inexpensive. I remember back in the day, it was very, very hard to just buy like a skeleton, a plastic skeleton to have out front. You always had to make your own stuff for Halloween. Christmas is a little bit different. What do you do? Lights out front? You know, for Christmas, how do you decorate for Christmas?
Well, yeah, Christmas lights.
Right.
You might put some stencils on your windows.
Okay, or do you remember the old school? It was spray snow that everyone had on their window.
Oh, yeah.
You shook it up and you sprayed it, and it would stick, and people would leave it year round, and they would write their names and stuff in it. But as far as lawn ornaments and lawn decorations, they've come a long way, and they're so inexpensive now that I say inexpensive. You can spend anywhere up to $200 on one of those blow-up ones.
Absolutely.
Whether it be Snoopy or during Halloween, you know, a big pumpkin or something like that. Well, this lady, when we come back, she had this lawn ornament left over from Halloween. She just carried it right over into Christmas. And, you know, she decorated them a little bit. And she got a big letter from the Homeowners Association saying that we don't appreciate your decorations. It is not Christmas-oriented or with the festival of Christmas, and we want you to take them down. So when we come back, I'm gonna show you the picture of what it is and read you the note. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be ready to come back.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Who was Mr. Bungle?
Mr. Bungle, it's a long story about that.
Okay.
All right, so it was an old school 1960, when was black and white movies out? Or black and white film or whatever.
No, golly.
40s and 50s?
No. 20s and 30s. Well, there was some in the 50s.
Right.
Too.
You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right hand side is Lack of Sleep Teacher-man.
But his thumbs are still up.
His thumbs are still up. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800 anytime at the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. And make sure you follow us on our social networks through the Prophet Radio website. And make sure you support the show with Patreon. We've got a lot of bonus material up there. We got a lot of bonus video and stuff that goes on. Teacher-man was telling me all about his bed and reading Guns and Ammo and some crazy position he was in, reading with his new light and his new Craftmatic. I don't know. It just made me uncomfortable. So
oh, man.
That'll be available on the Patreon section for all our supporters out there. Teacher-man.
Yes.
So, you know what I forgot to tell you the other day that happened? You've seen my truck out there, right?
Yes.
Out in the parking lot. You've seen my...
Now, you're red or you're...
not the Prophet Radio wagon, the blue truck, my Silverado.
Okay.
Now, on the truck, and I bought it this way. Believe me, it's just the way it came. I didn't go looking for it. It's got the 20-inch... fully chromed all the way out rims. It's got the chrome package on it, just for, you know, all the Chevy owners out there know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Chrome handlebars, door handles, mirrors, all the stuff is chrome packaged out.
Okay.
That's the way I bought it. I wanted this truck. They couldn't find it, and that's what I got. So I showed up to the studio 2 weeks ago. I forgot to tell you this, and I was like going, you know, a hubcap, right? You have a hubcap on a car, right? Like a regular hubcap on a car. You buy it, you know, Walmart or Target or whatever, and you stick it on your car, and it looks like whatever. And then you've got an actual rim where the rim is, you know, pretty and fancy, and everyone cleans them out. You always see like the rap guys have got the, you know, up on 26-inch rims, and they clean them out. So
no hubcaps.
Yeah, no hubcaps. It's a straight rim. So my truck has it's a rim. It's a 20-inch rim, all chromed out. And the center cap where you pull it off to do the lug nuts.
Gotcha.
I'm missing one.
You're missing a cap.
Yes. Remember the last time you took my truck to the dealership to help me out to get all the service and everything done?
Yes.
I don't think they put the one cap on all the way because I hit a bump coming to the studio here, and I took a different way because there's a new express exchange now that's open, and I can take here, and it gets me here in 45 minutes instead of an hour and a half. And I hit this bump, and literally I could feel the because trucks are light in the back and heavy in the front.
Right.
I felt the back of the truck kind of just skip a little bit, and I was like, "Oh God damn! I got to remember that bump's there," because in my mind I'm thinking bolts and everything are falling off. Well,
Right.
sure enough, I get to the studio, I look down, forgot to tell you this, the center cap with the Chevy bow tie on it is gone off my friggin' rim, gone. See you later. So I looked it up online to replace it, $50 from a used 50. Pissed.
Now you've taken it to the shop since I took it to the shop.
Keep talking while I open up my show beer.
Yeah. Now, couldn't it have happened then at that time? The last time you took it in?
No, the last time I took it in was for the windshield wipers and all that stuff. Remember?
Yeah. But didn't you have your tires rotated? Yes.
At the same time.
Yes. So, I mean, they could have happened then.
No, what I'm saying is it fell off after that service. That was the last service because they would physically had to remove the wheel. They would have to pull that cap off. So the guy at the dealership didn't put the cap on correctly, and it fell off.
Okay, well...
I'm not blaming anyone.
No, but didn't we just take it in again?
No, we just did the 6 oil changes and the windshield wiper thing that comes with it. Because my wife had to pick it up, and you were there with her.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm thinking is
You're getting Tuesday and Thursday mixed up somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, today all day today I'm like, oh no, it's Thursday, and someone said to me down in I think it was fucking Donna said, no, it's Tuesday, and I'm like, God damn it. Not that goddamn, but goddamn. Anyways,
Did you happen to call a dealership and ask them if...
screw them? I'm not dealing with it. So I'm not dealing with dealership right now.
All right.
So someone who's not dealing with outside authority is this young lady who put up her decorations out on her lawn. I know, long stretch. Boy, got to reel everyone back in. Oh, so this young lady bought all this stuff during Halloween time. And let me explain what she bought. She bought Halloween time. She bought these big inflatables with all the lights and stuff in it. And for whatever reason, this is a whole big, excuse me, my allergies. This whole big dragon thing was a big hit somewhere. I don't know what happened, why everyone's buying all these dragons and stuff. But she paid, $150, $200 for these big, huge inflatable dragons. So she said, you know what? I'm not gonna continue buying Christmas stuff. I'm gonna put these dragons on my yard and make them Christmassy. So that's exactly what she did. So if you look down at this picture here, if you're watching this on the Under the Tent video stream here, so she put these big, huge dragons on her front lawn and kind of, I don't want to say that, doesn't look like a pentagon on the ground, or not a pentagon, a pentagram.
Pentagram, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't look, but it's weird that she would put this on her yard and say it's all Christmas. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Everyone kind of, you're flying by someone's house at whatever miles an hour, but someone could misdrew this as Satanism.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's the hazards of living in an HOA.
Now, here's the actual letter. You ready for this? Blank neighbor, all right, because they whited it out. Your dragon display is only marginally acceptable at Halloween. Like I said, I don't know how dragons and Halloween go into effect. It's kind of mystical. It is totally inappropriate at Christmas. It makes your nervous wonders if you're involved in
Makes your neighbors wonder.
Yeah, that's what I said. In a demonic cult, please consider removing the dragons. May God bless you and help you to know the true meaning of Christmas. The true meaning of Christmas is mind your own effing business.
Right, and don't worry about anybody else's decorations.
Right, and so here's what it looks like in the daytime.
You know what? Those are cool decorations.
And you could tell that she paid a lot of money for these inflatables because it's during the daytime. It's expensive to run those little things.
Yeah, and what was the blow up that was just out during Christmas that nobody could get because it was. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a blow-up thing like this, but it was skewed toward Christmas.
Are you talking about like sold out, couldn't get?
Right, sold out to where people online were selling these for like $600.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you can give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800 or text us live at any time at the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Make sure you follow us on social network. I don't know. I don't know what those were.
Well, hopefully one of those people who call in and tell us what it was.
Well, they weren't dragons, so
No. They were Christmassy.
Now, were they like Charlie Brown Christmassy?
I
Like
don't.
racist Charlie Brown?
It was a big
You know
Franklin.
what? It might have been Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Or something.
Right? I don't know.
All right. So we've been watching. So we're gonna do. I want to talk about this real quick. Gag gifts, Christmas time, because everyone's doing their Christmas parties. Everyone's doing. Here at the station, the head honcho said everyone bring in a gift unlabeled. $5 is the maximum you can spend. So everyone here at the station is like going, what the fuck are you gonna buy for $5?
Yeah.
What are you?
I would say 10.
Yeah, pack of jerky on the way out of the friggin' the line as you're getting your my show beer, right here. So, have you gotten any weird gag gifts or anything funny gag gifts wise?
I have never
Through your history?
I have never been involved in a gag gift giveaway.
Okay.
I have been involved sometimes in Secret Santa. Sometimes I chose not to be involved.
You know what I really like, and I wish it's really exciting. Outside the Secret Santa, you can do Secret Santa all day long. I like the. I don't know if this is racist or not. The Chinese gift exchange, or you could call it the Native American gift exchange, however you want to do it. Have you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So you've got 30 people in a circle. Everyone in the office buys a gift, whether it be $10, $20, $100, or whatever. So you all pull a number out of a hat. So, all right, Susan, you're number 1. All right, and you pick whatever you want underneath the tree. You grab the one present and you open it up. Oh, it's a bottle of wine. And everyone, ooh, I want the bottle of wine. So, all right, Jeremy, number 2. You open it up, and it's a friggin' ping pong paddle set, some kid toy or something. He's like going,
we'll trade.
And he's like going, well, do you want to keep your gift, or would you like to trade? And then you get to like number, it gets really exciting, like when you get around number 13.
Yeah.
And they're looking at, the season passes to the Orlando Magic. They're looking at the bottle of wine, the bottle of Jaeger, the bottle of whatever, or and you'd be surprised what people value as a present. It's exciting to see. Okay, no, really, my kid would love this little Furby that from 1916 or 1916. Listen to me, from 2016 or 2015. This little Furby, the little talking thing.
Right.
They would love. They'd love to have that. And you're like, okay, there, Susan, you're a little weird.
As long as they're happy, that's fine.
As long as they're happy,
but I wouldn't want to get stuck with the ping pong paddle. I'd be pissed. I'd go home pissed that day.
And that's the funny part. The last person that literally that thing has gone from this person to this person, who gets the what's the square wooden thing that you see at Cracker Barrel with the wooden pegs? Who goes home with the wooden peg?
But the last person actually is the best person to be, because they can pick anybody's gift.
They can. And that's the funny part. That is so funny that you could do that.
No, I wouldn't want to be involved. I'd make too many. I would have too many enemies after that.
No. Why would you? All right. So, Teacher-man. Oh God. You're sleeping good? I'm not sleeping good. I'm sleeping good. I take that back. I'm sleeping really good. But my brain's doing the same thing that yours is doing.
Wound up.
We're getting close to the holidays. We're getting spun around in circles here. And when we come back, I'm going to talk about when you do all your Christmas shopping or your holiday shopping.
Yes.
To be politically safe here. Do you do it online, or do you go physically knock on the door of the store and go, hey, let me in. I want to go buy something?
I don't physically knock on a door. If they're not open, I'm not knocking on any door. I have done both.
Uh-huh.
I have to say that this year I have done more online shopping than, and it's basically because of the free shipping and no taxes in some cases.
Convenience.
Yes, absolutely. And you have your receipt, and if send it back.
Right. So I did all my shopping online. And the reason why I say that I love that, because, the websites that I go to automatically have my credit card information. I was worried. I was like, oh shit, I don't have my wallet with me.
Yeah,
I go to check
yeah.
out. Oh, would you like to use this card, Mr. Deacon, or would you like to use this card? And then it says, by the way, Mr. Deacon, this one expires in 2 months.
Exactly,
You know,
yes.
they're right up on
Yes.
it. Well, I ordered a bunch of stuff, so it slowly kind of trickles into the French. And you get a little notice, hey, this has showed up at your door. And the other day I got a notice that it showed up on my door, and I looked outside. And
It didn't show up
I
at your
didn't
door.
see it. So stick around. I'm going to tell you what happened. And I found out who had the package. And I don't know if I'm upset, mad, happy, glad, sad. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back. You don't know the beat to it.
Well, I know.
You got to know the beat to it. I mean, you're a drummer.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I can click to the drums.
All right. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. Give us a call at any time at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina at 407-448-8800. And follow us on our social networks. And you get all the bonus shows and stuff if you're a Patreon subscriber and you're a supporter of the show. We love it. We love all that stuff. We got a new promotion out there for anyone who signs up for Patreon. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can see it on the Prophet Radio website. And Teacher-man.
Yes.
So, I know. So I do all my online shopping, and out at the French, it's very difficult. There's no mall. Let me backtrack a little bit. So Orlando, Florida, born and raised. In my home is where I like to stay. I'm trying to rap here, but it's not working. But Orlando it's a very densely populated area. Out in the French, it's not very densely populated. And I now realize that my aunts and cousins that live in Titusville, I understand why they would drive all the way to Orlando to do all their Christmas shopping. Because in Titusville...
Well, the houses are on top of each other.
What, in Titusville or in Orlando?
Well, in Orlando.
Have you ever been to Titusville?
Yes.
And what is it? It's a Nasacity.
Right.
Meaning
right.
everyone that works there or everyone that lives there in one shape, form, or fashion is either retired or works for NASA.
Exactly. And
so when NASA goes not belly up, when they quit doing all the stuff that they're doing, everyone's got to move out of town.
I have a long story about that when the Skylab, after the Apollo missions shut down on Merritt Island.
All right, so write that down somewhere because we're going to do a under the tent, so we can do that as a bonus show for all our supporters. So I do all my online shopping, and it gets delivered to the French. Now, you've seen everyone that complains about... Oh, let me switch screens here so kind of change it up a little bit. So you've seen everyone... where they have like packages stolen, and they go outside, and but most of these are mostly in neighborhoods, and people will drive up or they'll walk down the street and pretend they're a couple.
Yeah, and the car is close to the sidewalk and close to the front of
Right.
the house.
Yeah.
You got a long way in the French.
Yeah, you got to drive almost a quarter mile to get down to the French. But here's the thing. So with that being said, our closest neighbor is, what'd you say, almost a football field that way? On the French?
Pretty much so,
and
yeah.
then almost a football field and a half that way on the French.
Yeah, yes.
So I got a notice that said a package was delivered. Now, this is one of my packages that I spent a lot of time, a lot of effort looking to make sure I got the right one. This is for my wife. And make sure I got the right one. And
well, once you started, I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah. Yours is coming later on. So I get the notice, hey, it's here. And I said, all right. So my wife's home, and I look out the front. And I said, babe, did you get any packages or anything? And no, I didn't get anything. So I look out the front door. I look out the front door, little screen door, and I go, all right, well, big porch on the front. I go, well, it's not here. I said, well, sometimes the way the house sits compared to the road, they might think the side door is the front door. Right. So I went out to the front or side door. Looked out, left to the right to the left, didn't see anything. I said, okay, let me look at the email again. So, and then it says, if you don't see your package, check the bushes, check, all these other areas that the deliverer might have dropped it off. I said, all right. So I looked out, and I kind of looked down in the bushes because you have a row of bushes. You have a front porch. You got bushes, and I'm looking down in the bushes. And this is a big item. It's about the size of like 2 mailboxes or
okay.
And I'm looking down, and I said, all right. And then I look down, it says, delivery note. And it says, left at front door. And that was all. I was like, all right, well, front door is a front door. So I literally even drove down to the barn, see if it was down at the barn. He might have thought that was the property. Went down to the barn, came back, and I'm like, I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. My wife and I'm freaking out now because I paid a lot of money for this thing.
Right.
So she's like, well, ask the neighbors if they had it. So I'm like, all right. So I walk over to the neighbor's house, and they just moved in. So we've only spoke maybe a half a dozen times. And I walk over to the neighbor's house and knock on the door. Now, he's a pilot, and knock on the door, and he answers the door. And I kind of freaked out. I'm like, oh, shit, you're home.
You're home.
Yeah. He's like going, yeah, I don't fly out until whatever. And I go, you seen a package around here? And he goes, well, what is it? And I told him what it is. He goes, yeah, I've been looking at what. No, I haven't seen any packages around here. And he's kind of with a smirk and smile on his face.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And he goes, well, hold on. The kids always put them in the garage, so let's go look in the garage. So open the door, and he's got all these Amazon packages because he's doing the same thing. He's got 5 kids. He's doing the online shopping. He looked through them all. And he's like, nope, I don't see anything with your name on it. I said, all right, cool. Come back to the house. Told my wife. She's like, well, ask the guys next door on the other side. I said, all right. So I walk over there. Knock on the door, no one answers. Now, let me explain the people on the other side. They're straight up from the Philippines. So you have the son that speaks English.
All right.
He's my age. His wife probably doesn't speak English. And the in-laws on both sides live in the house. And they
all of them live in the house?
They do not speak. I mean, they might speak a little broken English. So I knock on the door. Of course, they're afraid. They're not going to answer the door.
Right.
So I'm texting him, hey, man, have you seen this package? Oh, what is it? And I said, what it is. He's like, yeah, I found it. Now, this is something he can use as well because he's got livestock over there as well. So I walked over there, and now this is day number 2. I forgot to tell you that. This is day number 2. So I walk over there, and I said, look, I'll meet you halfway. So I drove the little red truck over there. And I said, he's like, yeah, here it is. He's like, it was sitting in the garage and blah, blah, blah. And my parents didn't say anything to me. I said, well, it's kind of got my name on it. He's like, I don't know. I'll look at him. I said, all right, fine. So I brought it home and left it in the Silverado with the missing center cap. So, but it was just a little weird. I don't know. I mean, they looked out for us before, like, hey, this is, they watch the horses because they can see the property from. I don't know if it was just a mistake. I mean, his number is completely different than my house number.
I don't know. Maybe the Amazon guy had a cocktail or two before he delivered that one, or you know what? He's got so damn many of them. He's allowed a mistake. And
we're way out in the middle of freaking boonies.
Yeah.
At some point, depending on which direction you're coming from. But I mean, this was just, it was a little weird. Now this guy, I'm going to pull up this article here. Do you know what a glitter bomb is? Now there was at one time, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, where you could send an envelope to your enemy that has glitter in it. So
and it would poof.
Yeah, when you open it up, the glitter would go all over the place. This guy has taken it 10 steps higher and 50 steps further. And he's trying to prove and trying to deter anyone from stealing packages from the front door. Well,
he must know of somebody that's doing it, or he must have been a victim of it. Because why would he go through all the, rigmarole? And how did he know that the guy was going to pick that package?
Well, he said that in the video, I'm going to play the video here in just one sec. He says in the video that he was he actually got robbed. Well, I say robbed. Someone took his package. Now, this guy works for not NASA, but he works for, he's a technical engineer. And he actually designed some parts, moving parts that are on the rover on Mars. So he's got his shit together. So I want you to hear this. Please don't play a commercial. Please don't play a commercial.
This guy took a package from my porch, and now he's about to open it in his car, but what he doesn't know is this is a custom-built bait package that is recording him on 4 different cameras, and it's about to unleash a pound of the world's finest glitter, along with some other surprises. But to understand how he got to this point, first, we need to rewind a bit. 7 months ago, I noticed a package being reported as delivered, but it never arrived, so when I checked our security cameras, I noticed this lovely couple out for a stroll.
See? They look just like you and me.
Yep.
They're out there. She's got a little backpack on. She kind of grabbed it and walked out the door.
Why didn't she take the rest of them?
She only grabbed the small ones because the big ones were too clunky. It
Yeah.
looked like so.
Packs on, and they're just going around the neighborhood making an afternoon out of this. If you've ever been in a situation like this, you just sort of feel violated. And then I took this to the police, and even with the video evidence, they said it's just not worth their time to look into. So then you...
That's sad. When you
Yeah, fuck them, Jesus.
So this guy actually created this glitter bomb, which has all these.
Their reaction, and that's what makes the engineering here an order of magnitude more difficult. Because if you think about it, this thing has to sit on a porch all day, and it can't be plugged in. And you have no idea when someone will come and pick this up. So it's not like you could just hit record on the camera and then put it in the box.
So he designed this little chip and stuff that he has 4 iPhones in the box with the cameras facing out, and he created with a 3D printer. I mean, he's going up through all these measures and stuff. He puts the thing in there, and he's got like this little, about the size of this mouse, and it's a cup. He puts all this glitter in, and it actually, when the box goes outside this, you know what a geofence is?
Yes.
So when the box goes outside the geofence, it triggers all the cameras inside the box to start recording. And then what happens is when you lift the box up, there's a trigger, and the little cup spins all the glitter out. And then, as a kick in the ass, because he was worried about getting the box back, he's got this, you know what, remember Binaca? A little mouth spray, right? Little aerosol. He's got one that's called fart spray. So the thing would sit there and spray fart spray, almost like pepper spray in the car. So the person had to throw the thing out of the car. So, and it's got GPS, of course, on it. So he just drives. He's alert that the thing's been moved. All of a sudden, it's everything's been triggered off. So I want you to watch this because it's funny to see the reactions. Hold on, let's see where he's at here on this video. Where is he at?
Every 30 seconds until they throw the package out of their car or house.
That's the
before
fart
they
spray.
realize there's 4 phones inside. This increases our chances of finding it because we always know the package location at all times due to the GPS on the phone. Even if we don't recover it, all 4 phones have LTE data plans, so they upload the footage to the cloud so I can still see what happened. And then for the...
All right, I want you to see part of the video.
Takes it off your porch,
so here's
lifts the lid, and these limit switches tell the circuit board brain inside that the lid's been removed, and then that sets everything in motion. And I may be biased, but sometimes a well-engineered design is beautiful.
Here's what it actually happens. Look at this. See the glitter just going all over the place?
Can't imagine that in a car.
Well, I'm going to show you this. It almost looks like a hurricane or a... Yeah.
Well, it's a geostorm.
It's a geostorm. So here's the thing. So here you go.
So I was at work and I got a notification that the fence we set up had been tricked. So then I checked the cameras and sure enough the package is gone. So I checked the GPS and sort of tracked it, and it appears they're in a car because they seem to leave my house pretty quickly, but it seems to have stopped in a parking garage, which is where I'm headed now.
All right, so here's the video. You ready?
Yeah.
Then he takes the package and gets in his car and eventually makes it to this parking garage where this glorious sequence unfolds.
You ready? He takes the lid off. Glitter everywhere.
No way.
Been on her for a few days too.
So he did it with a friend too. A friend of his was losing packages. So here comes a black car. You ready? He's winding up. He's gonna take it. He takes the package. Look at him. Disguised. It's in the car. Drives off. And then opens up. You ready? Look at him.
Come on, bro.
There's pissed off now.
Yeah.
There's glitter literally all over. He gets out of the car. He's shaking it off, dancing around. Here's the funny part. There's a fart spray.
What's that smell?
And then what does he do?
Out.
Right out the window. And one more fart spray measure. So be careful what you're taking out there. You know, you never know. It's a booby trap like the bait bikes that they do.
Yeah.
You know, oh, geez.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. And then he's got some balls to be pissed.
Yeah, he's like, oh, man, come on, really? All right, so there you go. Don't steal anything. Little glitter bomb. Don't do it. Teacher-man, do you ever wanted to get back at someone like that?
I don't think I've ever had anything that serious happen to me where I wanted to get back at them. I when I first started junior high, they were older guys, ninth graders that would take my lunch money, and I'd always want to get back at them. I lifted weights, learned to fight, and got back at them that way. But I never was able to. Well, they didn't have the technology back then.
Right. All right, well, when we come back, I'm going to just get into just a little bit of stuff that I've been doing around the French and my time off. And I want to talk about Adulting Day, which I think needs to come back in schools because it's a life lesson that's not being taught right now. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. What's going to happen now? This is not really a prediction. I know this is going to happen, by the way. In 2019, we've actually been hired for 3 months to do a live broadcast at a couple institutes here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So we are going live and doing live broadcasts at establishments here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Now you're trying to lose your weight and do all your stuff. You got to get photo ready. You got to get photogenic. You got to be hip and hop and whatever. Yep. So that's one of my predictions. Well, not predictions, but that's going to happen, and that's big news that we're doing live broadcasts at several locations in the downtown Charlotte, North Carolina.
That is big news.
And the surrounding areas as well, because like I was talking about Matthews, North Carolina, which is an up and coming city. Monroe itself is a bumbling town. It's not a city. It's a town. Is it a town? Would you call it a town?
I don't know. I mean, its city limits are pretty wide.
Yeah. All right.
A small city, I would say.
Right. There's no downtown. Well, there is a downtown. I take that back. There is a downtown, and I think the tallest building is 3 stories. Some say it's 4, but that's another story.
Well, it's not like what you would say, downtown Charlotte is.
Right.
I mean, you could see where downtown Charlotte
We have
is.
a business district in downtown Monroe.
Yes.
Teacher-man, you have any predictions as far as what's coming up here in 2019?
Well, I do. I have a couple that are right at the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
Somebody is going to buy Jack in the Box.
Oh, really?
Yes. Somebody is going to buy Jack in the Box.
Can we pool our money together?
Can we pool and guess who? You mean?
No, pool our money together and buy it. Me and you.
No, I wasn't thinking of buying Jack in the Box.
Okay.
But I think it may be another fast food joint.
Okay.
I think it may be another fast food joint.
Now, this is a prediction, or is this a news story you've worked off of?
No, this is a new prediction, and it's I'm working off something as well.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So someone's going to buy Jack in the Box. All right, what else you got? You got another one?
And I predict that along the same lines as fast food, I predict that within the upcoming year, we will have regular fast food delivery from fast food places like McDonald's, like Burger King, like Wendy's.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. Well, I actually have a story about all that. So did I shoot you in the foot?
No.
All right. Are you just?
I mean, unless you're going to tell me I'm full of shit.
Well, no. I think you're close to it, and we're coming up to that here shortly. Sooner than later, I guess.
Yeah.
And I hate to use that phrase because that's another guy that I used to work with, and that may be annoying. So it's sooner than later. You need to learn life lessons in school, whether it be junior high or what they call middle school now. I don't know why they ever changed that. And then high school, even, community college, junior college, you need to learn life lessons because when you get out into the world, a lot of people don't know what to do. How do I, I'm going to live with mom and dad for how long, or do I get an apartment? I mean, parents that have grown their kids correctly, size them up for what needs to happen. All right, once you do this, this is what you have to do. You got to get a job. You always hear
Right.
The slogan, in the 70s and 60s and stuff, if you're not going to go to school, you're going to get a job. You're going to earn some money. Well,
and you're going to carry your responsibilities.
Correct. You can carry your responsibilities. Well, here, I want you to read this article right here. A school host, play this little snippet right here, and then we can read the whole entire article.
Along with physics and Spanish and algebra, high schoolers now have a new course on the curriculum, adulting. The school posted the question on social media asking, what do high schoolers need to know before they enter the real world? So those topics will all be covered. The real life seniors will get one-on-one mentoring time with people from the community who will teach them things like dorm room cooking, change fire, credit cards, and financing. Other topics like doing taxes, talking to police officers, especially during traffic stops, also getting homesick away at college, and how to all part on this new course for teens on being a grown-up.
So how do you feel? I mean, are these life lessons?
Yes, of course, yes, absolutely. And I tell you the God's honest truth. One of the life lessons that I had to teach was, and I'm going way back to before I retired, was how to write out a check. Now, granted, you probably don't have to know that so much now anymore, but back then, kids had to know how to write a check out, how to write an envelope out.
They said was. How to talk to a police officer, when you're getting pulled over?
Absolutely, because I think so many young people in this day and age have lost their way with respect. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's the reason when we respect your elders. Don't give a shit who.
Right.
Whether you loved him, hated him, or whatever, if he was your elder and he was your neighbor or whatever, you respected that man or woman as such. And you treated them with the respect they deserved.
And they said how to cook in the dorm room, like, I guess on a hot plate. I mean, you can't cook on you can cook on a hot plate, but I mean, isn't mostly, microwave stuff? Everything's
I think that's it. I think it's microwave stuff because to be truthful with you, I don't think they're allowed to have hot plates in dorm rooms for the fire hazards mainly.
All right. Well, yeah, they're doing an adulting day, and that was I think it was in Kentucky somewhere. But wasn't there? I remember there was a class. What was it? Home economics.
Home economics was for girls.
And what was the boy version?
The
PE class.
The boys didn't have a home economics, so to speak, class. The home economics class taught things like cooking, baking, sewing,
women stuff.
Well, it was what women did during that time, and it was only during my time in high school that they began to start teaching typing to men, to guys.
I remember, now hold on, because I remember taking typing in junior high, middle school now, and I remember the home ec class would bake cookies, and you would always walk through the back hallways of the 900 building at Oak Ridge High School, and you would knew that they were making cookies, because sometimes they would burn them, and sometimes they would be good.
Yeah.
And it was, a couple of my friends were like guy friends are like going, man, it's all full of chicks, and I'm making cakes, I'm making cookies. It was delicious. But we also had automotive shop, which you don't have anymore.
No. Speaking of shop, I had automotive shop. I had electrical shop. I had wood shop, metal shop, and I think that was it. Plus I had art classes.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Now, granted, they're replacing these outdated blue-collar classes with other classes. I mean, I was talking to one of the guys in the other building there, and he's like, I remember in school they taught us how to program, literally how to write code.
Okay.
And we didn't, we couldn't click on apps. We couldn't, and I think he's like 5-6 years younger than I am. So the automotive went away, and computer programming took its place for his school.
Right.
And so he remembered sitting there typing, and he's like he'd run the program, and he'd go, oh my God, it's not running, there'd be a syntax error, and you would literally have to read line for line, and then all of a sudden he accidentally hit a comma instead of a period, and it threw the whole program off. He would have to read line for line to make sure that he had everything inputted correctly, and then he would hit enter, and it was like, syntax error, and he's like, shit, X131 parentheses, whatever. So, but other things are taking over, so I don't want to say it's a lost cause, bring back automotive shop. No one, cars are so fancy now, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Electrical shop, there's the reason why there's trade schools out there. But computer programming, even technical schools are now coming. DeVry University teaches you a lot of technical stuff. I remember my cousin, who's I think 3-4 years older than I am. His mom and dad, my aunt and uncle, sent him to the best technical school in Tampa, Florida. And he spent, I think, 2.5 years. He had a dorm there. He could physically take computers apart. I'm not talking about our little desktops and laptops and stuff. I'm talking like industrial computers and stuff.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I mean, he graduated. He's got the cap and gown and the what do they call the little tassel that goes over from left to right.
Yeah.
And he's, what he's doing right now?
Can't imagine.
He's driving a front end loader for a construction company. So I don't know if at the time that he graduated, he couldn't get into a job and then, lost hope.
Yeah.
But, but this is like in 95, 96. Computers really weren't that big. So, but he's got all this not, and it's wasted. Well,
the techie he has available to him now is archaic. It's out of date.
Well, if he would have stuck with it, I say stuck with it. If he would have been in the industry and gotten a job, he would have advanced as the technology advanced.
I see your point. Do you remember? Did they have the DECA program here?
Yes.
DECA.
Yes.
That was made for more of the business-oriented type people. In other words, they probably weren't going to college.
Right.
And it taught them all sorts of business skills.
Yeah, I remember
business
DECA.
Math and that kind of thing.
I was kind of jealous of the people that were in DECA. I'm leaving after fourth quarter because I'm in DECA, and I'm like going, what?
Yeah, and they would always be going somewhere.
Yeah, they're leaving. And John, I just saw them at the Burger King. I'm going to DECA. Here's my signature. Sign it for me, teacher, and they'd leave or whatever.
Some of them worked in department stores. And back then, department stores were very big.
I know. I used to skip school, and I'm like going, hey, aren't you supposed to be in school? And they'd look at me going, hey, aren't you supposed to be in school? And I'm like going, touche.
Right. Well, they would teach them buying and how to buy for a department store in a particular department.
The P&Ls and all that
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, well, and guys would go there for men's clothing and And you'd go to a department store, and these guys would be dressed up in full regalia.
Oh, yeah.
Suits. I mean, dressed to the T's. And likewise for the girls.
Well, one thing that I do on my time off, anytime I get time off outside of school, and not that I'm in school and stuff, but anytime I get some time off, a lot of people like to sit around and do nothing. I understand that. I enjoy my Sundays sometimes, but unfortunately, however you want to look at it, I had some time off to myself, and I did just me. We went through this whole freeze and snowstorm, and then rain, and then rain, and then it froze, and then more snow and all that stuff. So my wife, she's over it because she has to deal with the animals. I don't deal with the animals. She deals with the animals. And I talked about the horses and the chickens and stuff. I just took this past weekend to do the little chores. You ever had that if you had a weekend where you can knock out all the little 15-minute chores that you want to do, like, all right, that needs to be picked up, or that needs to be cleaned, or that needs to be done. On the French, it's different because the French, you have to plan a whole day to do a whole section of stuff.
Right.
So I took advantage of this little personal time that I had walking around. I got that tree stump right there is in the way. And we've had all this rain, so I knocked the tree stump down, pulled it out of the ground, threw it up on the fire pit, and we're going to have a nice fire Teacher-man, you coming over this this Christmas?
No, I was going to visit the Boys Club of America in Harlem.
Well, when you come over to the French, you can see all the tree stumps and stuff that I pulled out of the ground because the ground's nice and wet. And it's stuff like that. And I was trying to keep and one thing that was driving me effing crazy, was now we have free-range chickens. And when I say free-range, we have a 30 by 60 pen chicken wire fenced-in area. It's no different than having a backyard.
Right.
And the chickens would run around and stuff, and the fence is only 4 foot tall. Well, when the chickens mature, guess what? They got wings, and the wings carry them over the 4-foot fence.
Right.
And they walk around the whole entire 300 and some odd acres that we have here.
Neighborhood.
Yeah. But the good thing is they always go back into the chicken houses. They know as soon as the sun drops, they go back in the house. Well, they're coming up to the porch. They're coming up to my tool room. They're coming up to the garage area. They're pooping. They're, pooping.
All over everything. And, it was funny the other day because, I looked at the floor and there was a shoe print, like a sneaker print, in a pile of poop.
You said a sneaker print, right?
A sneaker print.
Right.
Yeah. And so I said to my daughter, I said, Amy, did you step in the shit? This was inside the garage.
Yeah.
I said, no. She said, you must have.
No.
And sure as God made little green apples, I picked up my foot and I stepped in it.
Well, what's happening is they're finding out that in my tool room, which is a small little room off the side of the garage, is full of nice little varmints and little bugs and little things that nest in the corners, and ants and spiders and all the little beetles and stuff. And what they're doing is they're coming in there and they're laying eggs in my tool room.
Yeah, that's what your wife was telling me about also. And not only that,
I'm losing eggs. I sell eggs. I say I'm losing eggs. I'm not collecting. We have 200 to 300 chickens here at the property.
You're not supposed to have to go around the entire world and find them.
So I took some time and wrapped up the chicken coop, the chicken pen area, and it just made me Penaria. I think I got a restaurant name there. But I did all that, and I just wanted to, I'm tired of that. So, you know what I'm saying? You ever had to do something like that where you just were like going, I got some time. I'm tired of tripping over this nail, this pallet, this block of wood, this rock, whatever it is.
It's like a pebble in your shoe. You can't, it doesn't stop until you stop and bend over and get it out.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, I see, like Amy, she's got so many crafts. She's got plenty to do when she's got free time.
Right, yeah, she's got an Etsy account and stuff. And speaking of pebble in your shoe, when we come back, I'm going to tell you about my pebble that's in my shoe, and I'm having a hard time getting this pebble out. And I shouldn't be, because I'm a human, and I believe in humans in general.
Let's hope so.
And it's something that I came across, and we talked a little bit about it last episode about, are you a moose? You're not a moose. I'm not going to call you a moose. And something that just came about that I found out just recently, and I'm having a hard time dealing with it. Not that anyway. So when we come back, you're listening.
Right.
Yeah, you're listening to Deacon Live right here. Did I stop that? Oh, I gotta stop this. Doop. Queen City Studio, located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, and make sure you follow us on all our social networks. So, Teacher-man.
So you got a pebble in your shoe?
Well, no. Yeah. I got. How do I explain this? So we were talking about transgender and male and female, and I'm trying to be as political as possible as I can as far as being polite to someone's feelings. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people on my Facebook feed that have switched from male to female. I never see the other way. It's always male to female.
Okay.
So here's the problem that I'm having. I've got, and I'm believe me, I'm not bragging. So if I have 3,000 friends on my Facebook feed, 4 of those are transgenders. What's the percentage on that? So that's what, like 2%, something like that. Anyways,
not even.
A good friend of mine went to school with her, high school. knew her throughout, the neighborhood and stuff, had a son in, whatever year. And I, knew when she was pregnant, had the son, and now he's 24 years old, 25 years old. And happy birthday. And she's posting pictures of, people do it on Facebook. Here's me, mom, as pregnant. Here's me with the newborn. Here's him. Here's the child at 10 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old. And then, congratulations, you're 25, 24, whatever the age is. And, welcome, you've done well. And the person is now, the child is now a female. And I'm like going, hold on. This is the first time I'm seeing this person wearing, horn frame glasses and lipstick. And I'm like going, wait a minute, what did I miss here? I'm having, not that I'm having a problem with it, but when did this happen? When did this happen? And I go back and look at all my other Facebook feeds and stuff, and there's other people within this last 12 months, let's say 2 years, have transformed from a male to not the surgery and stuff, but literally transgender. So that's what I'm dealing.
Basically, they're she-males then.
They are she-males. So, is it because? And I hate to place blame on the presidency because a lot of people, there's a lot of stuff moving around. People don't like the president. They don't like what's going on, and you're starting to see a lot of these people, not labeling them, but you're starting to see a lot more transgender people come to the forefront as to, let's say, even 5 years ago.
So what? I mean, just because Trump is Trump, they decided to come out and say, so there?
Now, is it the president that they're having a problem coming out with?
This has been going on since millennium before the president.
Right. But is it because that they've allowed gay marriage? That you're starting to see a little bit more come to the forefront. And believe me, each to his own. If you want to be this way, you want to be this way, I have all the support for you. I clap you, I applaud you, believe me. But we're starting to see it a little bit more now. I want to say because of the gay marriage that was passed. And that's what a lot of people are having a hard time with. If we pass gay marriage, what are they going to start marrying their daughters? They're going to start marrying goats. What are they going to start doing all this stuff? But in a sense, they're kind of right, because we're starting to see this a lot more since the gay marriage thing has been passed in several states.
Well, then we have to ask ourselves the question that are we accepting this? I mean, is this what the world is willing to accept? And on that note, I have to say the president is very modern-minded in the fact that they can do what they want to do. And be what they want to be, and come out if you want. Don't come out if you don't want. And marry who you want.
But do you agree with me that you start to see a little bit more of this coming out to the forefront, whether it be in music, entertainment, in your social? I don't know what kind of social circles you run in, but I mean, just in general, you're starting to see it a little bit more, and people are a little bit like more, I don't want to say more acceptable, but they're a little bit more like going, yeah, that's okay, because
I'll tell you, absolutely. I mean, when I was younger, when even in my teens and early 20s, I never heard of such a thing. Never heard of such a thing.
Right.
So apparently people are more comfortable about coming out. Apparently people are more willing to come out. Apparently more parents are accepting of the fact that they're...
are they, though? Are they accepting?
Well,
I mean, that's a big step, because you're talking about people my age.
There are more people now accepting than there was a while ago.
In the same sense, I mean, I don't want to link the two together, because I'm really throwing a broad cast net on this. In the same sense, you are seeing a lot more states also flip over, marijuana being legal. So,
and we're next.
And well, I know North Carolina's next, but I'm just saying that idealism of, conservative, whatever, but marijuana's being more legalized in many states, and gay marriage is being legalized. So I don't want to say you have to be high to be gay married, but I'm just saying that's the way the world, I say the world, our country is shifting to.
I think what we're doing is we're becoming a lot more liberal than ever before.
And
I don't think one has anything to do with the other, marijuana and coming out gay. I mean, you don't have to smoke up a bowl of marijuana to decide, hey, all of a sudden I'm going to let you know that I'm gay.
Now,
I'm going to start changing my look.
But believe me, I'm for everything. As long as it makes us a better country, a better planet, whatever. And I just want to say this, and this will sum it up for the most part. In the 1960s, if you were a married woman and you went to apply, even an unmarried woman, if you're an unmarried woman, you apply for a credit card at the bank, they deny you right away. If you were an unwed woman, apply for a credit card at any bank, they'd say no. Now, if you were a married woman in the 1960s and you went to apply for a credit card, the husband had to sign off on it.
Right.
So just to give you a prospect, or not a prospect, but what the world is changing. That was only 40 years ago, 50 years ago. 50?
Different perspective.
Right, perspective. Thank you for the word for that. So I just wanted to throw that out there, and I don't want to say I've lost anyone. It was just this. This kid that I knew, I held him. I played, the football out in the yard with him with a Nerf football, and all of a sudden now he's this way.
So then that's where the pebble is.
That's the pebble that's in my. It's the people on my Facebook feed that is the pebble in my foot.
Well, it could be because of the rapidity with which all these changes are happening. Right. That could have to do with how quickly you're willing to accept what's going on. That may be happening a little slower,
right,
than even you'd like.
Right, and I'm exposed here at the radio station and the atmosphere that I'm in. I'm exposed to it a lot, so I understand it. It's just when I see it personally hit home, like if Tom Cochran down the road wants to change to Mary Cochran, it doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
But when it starts getting closer and closer and closer, it's kind of like AIDS. You always know someone that's affected by AIDS, or you always know someone that's affected by cancer. 3 steps to whatever, the separation or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So, and this hit home. I actually, used, like I said, Nerf football in the front yard, played with this kid, and now
you got to throw a Barbie.
Don't say it like that. That's horrible. It's funny. It's funny as hell, but no, it's horrible. All right, Teacher-man. So you watching your diet, watching your intake and stuff?
Yeah, I am. But you know what?
What?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You can be honest with me.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
So I'm gonna call you out anyways.
And one of the things do you want to talk about one of my things now?
No, I want to talk.
This is not a 15-second. This is quick. Okay. I went to the eye doctor on Friday.
What'd he say?
And the eye doctor is right behind Jack in the Box.
Oh, God.
Okay. Eye doctor said my eyes are healthy as hell. Remember talking at one of our last sessions about that one eye running and everything? He says it's because...
yes, I'm shaking my head. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's because as your tear ducts get older, your tear ducts are just as responsible, which I didn't know. And Amy didn't know either. But your tear ducts are just as responsible for draining your eye as it is to producing tears, like when you're crying.
Okay.
Or when you're upset. So she said that, oh, God, she was beautiful. She said...
So you were crying when you went in there, huh?
I said it looks like I'm always crying because, the tears run down my cheeks. Mm-hmm. She said that's because they're not draining through your tear ducts like they should.
What causes that?
Age, and that you can have she said hot compresses will probably take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
But she said you can have a plastic surgery performed that can. And I said, well, I'm glad you let me know I have that option, but I don't want to make a problem worse. you know.
Right.
So I blotted my eyes and I went to Jack in the Box.
And what did you get at Jack in the Box?
I got and you know what?
What?
I know that things are changing because what I used to get was this sourdough burger with bacon on sourdough bread with cheese, lettuce, and tomato. Oh God, Trav, delicious. and two monster tacos.
Right, of course.
Yeah, you know the ones you deep fry.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I tell you what, I ate the hamburger, and I had to bring the tacos home.
Did you really?
Yes.
Of course, you got to bring the tacos home.
But I mean,
what are you going to eat 2 hours later?
Usually, I eat them there. So I mean, I'm feeling like maybe my stomach is a little bit smaller because I'm eating a little bit less.
Right.
Come on, let me feel good now.
All right. Go ahead.
And so there it was. You know.
So in 2018, a lot. I don't know if you noticed this or not, and well, you being a connoisseur of fast food, I'm just throwing it out there. I know.
Jesus,
I know.
Joseph.
A lot of restaurants, fast food restaurants, are not spending a lot of money on creating new items. They're actually spending money on, and this is kind of, I don't know where you got the topic from, but they're spending a lot of money on the what's the ride sharing thing? Uber. But
Yeah.
there's Uber Eats, there's Dash, whatever. Grubhub and all that stuff. They're actually spending more money in those companies, and they're just sinking their dollars in that because we're not driving. First of all, we're not driving because of Uber. You know, for the most part,
Right.
you know, you're leaving the club, whatever. You're drunk, you come home. Second of all, you don't want to leave the house, so they've created all these, you know, Grubhub and stuff. So fast food restaurants are losing their patrons. They're losing, you know, their clientele because no one wants to leave the house. So what do they do? They order pizza. Or sushi or whatever. Chinese, whatever has a delivery. And so all these fast food restaurants, Burger King, Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, all these people, all these companies are sinking their money into these opportunities to deliver home to the delivery service.
Right.
So they're not creating new sandwiches, but a couple companies. What? Go ahead.
Oh, well, what I'm just going to add to that, if I may, pardon my interruption, was that they are creating, instead of adding new stuff, they're creating more combinations where you can get like a Whopper and a chicken sandwich for $6.
Yep.
Instead of 2 Whoppers.
2 for $6. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there, you know, a Wendy's, any size fry is $1.
Well, we must have read the whole same episode or same article here. So let me explain this to you with the help of my friend Vilas Macarla. Here we go.
It was a big year for fast food. Some of the top names branching out even more to get meals into your hands. Brian Sazi is here to break down the trends for us. Brian?
Yeah, no big facts for me for this year, Alexis. Certainly, this year was a pretty big year for fast food. A lot of companies expanding delivery. Uber Eats is the big winner there. You had a lot of 2 for $6 deals.
There you go.
And you had a lot of companies expanding into kiosks to take out the humans out of the restaurants and fatten up their bottom line. But take a step back, a lot of fast food companies didn't bring out the big food items. They were very cautious on their menus, which is interesting because we saw chicken and beef prices pretty much stay flat for the year. But I did find some interesting items that hit the tape this year. I think we have some photos of these belly bombs, so to speak.
There you go.
There we go. That's the Arbinator.
Arbinator.
The Arbinator, no.
Yeah, that's right up my alley. So.
Alexis, that will only set you back 810 calories. Ultimate belly bomb. Next up, what else we got?
Now hold on. He doesn't describe what the Arbinator is. It's shaved roast beef,
right,
with the curly fries,
right,
and then cheese sauce on top. And normally I get the
I mean, you get the fries on the side. So
you might as well just slap them on top and stuff. But they do have the half pound and the whole half pound with the fries on top. I think it goes for 1,500 calories. So that's your.
Well, I have to go for a big one.
Here's the thing that I didn't realize that Arby's had, but it's a seared duck. They have a seared duck sandwich that was a big hit. So here you go.
We got the Arby's seared duck. Now, this was not available in all locations. That is seared duck, baby.
So that means you have to have a duck farm, just like you have a chicken farm or a beef farm or anything like that. There's a seared duck farm, and it's onion rings on the sandwich. Now thinking
now
about,
you're talking my business.
Now
and duck is big in New York, Long Island.
Now you're thinking about your diet. It's going down the drain, isn't it? All right. So here you go. Let's go on to...
Looking good.
Let's see, what else we got? What else we got? That is KFC News Chicken and Waffles. That's still in restaurants. File that under the category of what took so long.
Now,
have you had that yet, the chicken and waffles?
I am not a chicken and waffle fan. I'm not a fan of. I was never a fan of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
See, I understand the KFC thing, and a friend of ours who's kind of little is a connoisseur of KFC.
Are you saying he's big?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he said he had it, and it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. But that, and, it's one of those. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
But if they would, you know what? If they would, here's my thing. This is where the KFC chicken and waffles lost its thing. If you would have latched on log cabin syrup or name brand syrup on top of the chicken and waffles,
real maple even.
Right, you would have made a killing on it. You would have made a killing on it if you would have strapped some kind of logo or. See,
you're probably right.
Put me in sales.
That's a heart attack on a plate.
You gotta believe it, Mrs. Butterworth syrup. That's what we got. This is the triple lupa. This will only set you back 1,050 calories and probably a lot of sodium. Yeah, you heard it here first on Yahoo Finance. Next up, what we got? Now this is a regular old Big Mac burger, but why make this list? It's fresh beef. McDonald's finally rolled out nationwide fresh beef, which is a big supply chain challenge for them. Winner, winner, McDonald's.
Now you said that
I told you I had that.
Yeah, it was good, right?
It was absolutely. It was like, you know what, Trav?
What?
It was like McDonald's standing at your grill in the backyard.
You can call me Deacon if you want.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Deacon. Deacon, if it was like somebody standing at your grill in the backyard and took the hamburger off your grill and put it on my bun and let me have it to eat.
That sounds like a party. Whether I'm taking my meat off the grill and sticking it in your bun. Very disturbing. Very disturbing.
Remember what we said about that laughing.
I know. You know what? What is disturbing? KFC, speaking of the chicken and waffles, has come out with something that I think every household should have. Probably in, I want to say Thanksgiving time. If not Thanksgiving time, Christmas time is okay. Because when you have Christmas meals, what do you want? Like your Christmas dinner.
Oh, Christmas dinner can be turkey, can be filet mignon, it can be leg of lamb, rack of lamb,
So KFC came out with, you had the fireplace going, and you want to have, we have a fake Christmas tree, and we stick the incense and stuff on the Christmas tree, and then light all the pine scented whatever. Everyone's got the cinnamon pine cones.
Yes.
Yeah. So KFC has come out with something that you throw on your fireplace that just reminds you of all the holidays all at the same time. So stick around. When we come back, I'm going to tell you what it is, and guess what? You might be able to get it. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. My name is Deacon. Over to my far right hand side is Teacher-man.
Hey.
Fingers of the camera. Hey, give us a call at the station at any time at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at the Queen City Studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. And make sure you support us on Patreon. You get all the behind the scenes and special bonus shows. Now, as little as $5 a month. And I've got probably 10 to 12 episodes up there, and it's fun. You can hear all the behind the scenes stuff and the inside jokes that we talk about here on Deacon Live. Teacher-man, you didn't say anything about my shirt, like I had anything on my shirt. You see my shirt? Hold on, let me switch cameras here so everyone can see my shirt. So I got one of your shirts on that.
Yes.
You got the lint on or whatever.
One of our darling girls' Christmas presents last year.
Yeah, and it was kind of.
Well, you're not picking it, are you?
No.
Okay.
No,
hell no.
No. So I put this on. I was like, going, it's a little cool outside.
You know what? I can see it on the screen. I can't see it looking at it.
Yeah, see it on
but
the
I
screen?
can see it on the screen.
One more day, I'll be totally ripped on the screen. All right. Teacher-man. So you ever seen, are you a Yankee Candles fan? Do you burn candles or incense in your house?
I only do stuff around the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually like a cinnamon spice type scent or a a Christmas pine type scent.
But during the year, you don't do anything?
During the year, it's usually like Hawaiian breeze.
Okay. And why is that?
Or fresh linen. Yeah, just to keep a nice smell in the house.
Keep it real in the house?
Because I do drop a bomb every once in a while.
Yeah, but you're the only one in the house unless you got like neighbors' kids and stuff.
Yeah, but once I enjoy it at once, I don't need to keep smelling it for an hour.
So KFC, well, let me backtrack a little bit. There is a candle company that actually created candles for men, and the scents were
pussy?
No, Jesus Christ. You might as well just chop a dead fish in the yard. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Deacon said it.
Sorry. God, it's an awful joke. Sorry, take that back. I'll pull it out in post. But there's a candle place distributor that actually makes candles for men. And men, there's one called like leather glove, like baseball leather glove.
Would that be Yankee?
No, it's
Yankee
not.
Candle?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's another company, but they create a candle that smells like a brand new leather baseball glove. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like a well-oiled baseball glove.
Yes.
They also make one called pizza.
Okay.
And yeah.
Can I interject before you go past leather?
Okay.
I had a King Ranch, a Ford King Ranch, and the seats were done in saddle leather.
Yep.
Oh God, did that thing smell good?
For a long time, though, right?
Forever, it smelled good.
That's a manly smell.
Yes.
So
English leather is the cologne I was thinking of.
Right. So there's a candle company that makes all these scents for men, and then there's one that's called fresh cut grass. Like I said, the leather glove. There's like I said, pizza, and a couple other things that they have. Musk is a big manly smell.
Yes.
Burnt umber. Is burnt umber a smell?
Burnt umber, yes, it is.
Okay, so score. Call that one. Well, KFC has actually created captured the smell of their chicken. Now, when I say they captured the smell of their chicken, they made it into a log, a fire log, and one that you can throw on the fire.
Like a Duraflame?
Like a Duraflame log. And I want you to look right here. Hold on, let me switch screens here to the main news. And I want you to see this right here.
Oh, it's exactly like a Duraflame.
It's exactly like a Duraflame log. And it says, Colonel Harlan Sanders, 11 herbs and spices. So, yeah, put your glasses on. Fire log smells like fried chicken. And there it is. You can put it on your fire. And it says, can you read this right here? You'll never settle for a boring, fire-scented fire again.
For more than 1 million years, mankind has been attempting to improve upon the simple fire. We've tried burning different things like fire sticks, like sticks or leaves or various incriminating documents. We've tried making fires last longer. We've even figured out how to turn them into different colors. All of that experimentation, all of that innovation has culminated in this event, the KFC 11 Herbs and Spices Fire Log from Envirolog.
Right. So read the next paragraph.
Imbued with the unmistakable, mouth-watering aroma of Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, KFC 11 Herbs and Spices Fire Log, finally puts to rest.
Trademark.
Yep. Puts to rest the age-old dilemma: how do I make this fire 100 bajillion times better? This one-of-a-kind fire log from Envirolog, a leading manufacturer of fire logs, made of 100% recycled materials.
Nice.
Well, Duraflame is too.
Mm-hmm.
Is the result of countless hours of research and development, all done over the last couple of months. Holy mackerel.
Yeah. It was couple months
since we had this idea. Pick up a fire log today, and you'll be wondering how you ever were able to enjoy a fire that didn't smell like fried chicken.
Can you imagine throwing that on the fireplace and it smelled like, and you're just gonna, it's genius.
Honey, what are you cooking?
Yeah, what are you cooking? I'm heating up some macaroni and cheese. Oh, really? Is it KFC macaroni and cheese?
Does it? Can you scroll and does it say how much it is?
Well, hold on, because I'm gonna bust your balls here.
All right.
So here we are, right here.
Sold out.
Sold out.
Man.
Sold out. Quantity 1 5-pound fried chicken scented fire log. Limit 1 per customer. That means they sold out. So I don't know how many.
So this is the ad. They were selling them.
Yeah, this is it. They were selling them. They are sold out as of today.
2.5 to 3 hours.
Yeah, here's the thing. May result in craving fried chicken. Can be stored, no shelf life. May attract bears and neighbors who are hungry, so you have to be careful on that. Please don't put the face directly in the fire and to attempt to smell the fried chicken. So there you go, KFC, and I'm glad they brought back. I honestly am glad they brought back this logo right here. See here at the bottom, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken. They've lost the whole KFC thing to a certain point. They're trying to bring it back because there was a rumor that KFC was not real chicken, but they're bringing back the main logo. So there you go, a fire log. Fire log made strictly from KFC smells. And
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you imagine the smells going out your chimney. Your neighbors will think you're barbecuing.
Yeah, they're like, and they, hey, what are you guys doing over here? Nothing. Why? Why brings you over? Well, I saw the smoke coming out of the chimney. Just want to know if you need some help. Doing whatever you're doing. And speaking of help, Teacher-man, you play bingo at all?
I might have played bingo twice in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Are you a fan of bingo?
No.
Now, let me explain a couple things. Actually, I'm going to take a quick little break. I'm going to explain a couple things of how I won $1 million playing bingo. And we're going to talk into how seriously bingo is to some people. Oh. So yeah, stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. I'll be right back. Why you blah?
Well, I do what I want.
Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at the Queen City Studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Make sure you friend us on Facebook, get all our social networks going, and you get part of all the behind the scenes of me and Teacher-man arguing behind the camera on the Patreon section of the website. So, Teacher-man, you ever play bingo? We talked about bingo and stuff.
Maybe twice.
Really? Just twice?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
No.
Really? Like in elementary school?
It's not. You got to wait. And depending on who's spinning that drum, sometimes you need to put some spinach up their ass and get them to spin that a little faster.
So I went on a cruise. A lady friend of mine bought me a cruise when I graduated high school. So I was 18. So I went on a cruise and, first time out of the house, before college, I'm running around doing all my things. And we actually sat down and did a bingo thing. And so I'm sitting there and, who wants a card? And they walk around with the cards. You see, if you've been to a bingo hall or bingo parlor, on the cruise line, it's a little different because you're sitting in the big auditorium seats.
Right.
So you're sitting there and the cards don't have, the blotters, they have the little punch out. So you just kind of punch them out.
And you can only have so many cards. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
So, we're sitting there and you have to do 4 corners or the T's or the H or, whatever the prize is, you have to get that on your card.
Right.
Not just necessarily left and right or up and down and all this stuff. So they wanted 4 corners. I think it was 4 corners. I'm just making this up right now. Sure enough. All right. 4 corners. Anyone get 4 corners? And they need to do all the numbers. And I hit 4 corners. I'm like going, holy shit, bingo! So I won $100. I won $100. I said $1 million, but I just trying to tease you to come back. So I won $100. And they literally came with me with, what's a roll of quarters? Is it $100?
No, 10.
They handed me 10 rolls.
10 rolls of quarters.
10 rolls of quarters because I knew I was going to spend them in the casino on the cruise line. So my lady friend was like going, okay, we'll play one more game. And the other game, or the prize to do, what is it, number 7? You ever see across the top and then a diagonal from right to left?
Right.
is it was called the Booze Cruise. It was the Yellow Bird. And you would get all the screwdrivers that you want. Screwdrivers all day long. And you got to snorkel. You got to do all the stuff. And,
surprisingly enough, I have been on one of those booze cruises.
So, sure enough, we went out there, or we're sitting there at the bingo place in the luxury casino thing, and we got it. Bingo! We won! Sure enough, they came over, took pictures with us, and we had the Yellow Bird booze cruise. And they flew out there so fast to get to the spot, and we went snorkeling, and then they kind of, on the way back. It's always a slow road. And that, to me, was worth $1 million, because when you're 18 years old and you're sitting there drinking screwdrivers after screwdrivers all day long.
Rum swizzles.
Rum swizzles. Well, let me explain this. Like you said, a lot of people take the bingo very, very, very seriously.
Yes.
And here's a fight in a local
overboard.
Yeah, a little fight in a bingo hall. That it's funny to see these ladies, because I mean, you're at a certain age. What are you fighting over? What are you fighting for? So here we go.
Can your boy talk to my grandson like that again? I'll kick your ass. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Miss Nan.
Let's
do y'all see this shit? Girls Going Wild, the senior edition. Boy.
Look at her. She's it's a black guy sitting there at this old retirement home, or it looks like a fellowship hall type thing, and she's got an ugly sweater on, and she's pointing at this. Watch this.
She never said anything after that fucking night. She never said another word. You started that shit.
These two ladies, they are going at it. I mean, they must have been, what, 80, 90 years old?
Oh, they have a heart attack right there. Christmas sweater.
Yeah, Christmas sweater and all. I mean, that's real nice, Grandma.
Yeah, holy
Grandma
bro.
Dorothy, sit down. Take your lumps.
Yeah. Well, she took it serious. Well, I wonder what her son said.
I don't know, but it was enough to piss her off. Jesus Christ. Speaking of pissing people off, if I can get my P's directly. Teacher-man, you ready?
Yeah.
15 seconds of fame. Give me your list. Give me your list.
All right, I'm going to give it to you.
Well, I don't need the whole... Can you rip the top page off? I don't want the whole thing. I know.
Boy, can you whine any louder?
I can whine a lot louder. Thank you. Take your time. It's only a live show. Here we go. Teacher-man, you ready?
I'm ready.
15 seconds of fame.
Listen, all you New Yorkers.
All right, Teacher-man. Let's see what we got going on here. What's on your list? What's on your list?
Oh, good.
Hold on. Ugly sweater contest. Speaking of ugly sweater.
Speaking of ugly sweaters, how fortuitous was that last clip? I mean, there are so many. I mean, Channel AMC on TV. Mm-hmm. You should see the ugly sweaters they have on TV there. These ugly sweaters contests are getting to be the rave. And people are getting big prizes for coming up with these ugly sweaters.
And what makes it, I mean, that's kind of...
How do you define an ugly sweater?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of upsetting that you would have an ugly sweater in the most happiest time of the year.
Right. Yeah. And how do you make a Christmas sweater ugly? If it's Christmas, it's good.
I know. I mean, there was a... I should have taken a picture of it. But there was a sweater that came with mittens, and the mittens had Rudolph's pink nose and the red thing in the center. And I brought the mittens up close to the top right here, and I said, it looks like fucking nipples. And
Naughty boy.
I know.
See, it would take you to think of that.
I know. And I should have taken a picture of my wife. Was like, oh, Jen, stop it. I'm always an embarrassment.
And you're always in public when you do it.
I know. Preparing for eating.
I am preparing for, and that's why I've been doing the way I've been doing.
Okay.
I am preparing for a nice Christmas meal, a holiday meal. We know how to do it now, how to cook and get those steaks perfect.
Cast iron.
Well, we can do it cast iron. Yep.
I'm not doing it on the grill.
Oh, no. Cast iron.
Right.
Cast iron. 2 minutes each side.
Okay.
Then you set your oven. I have to look it up again.
Oh, God.
But I think it's...
It's gonna be ruined.
No. I think it's 400 degrees. for 4 minutes.
Now,
Done.
Now you got my wife the convection, the open thing that Chef Gordon Ramsay has.
Yes.
And it's a convection oven type thing, a smaller version of it. So
yes.
we can heat that up, and once we get done with doing them in the cast iron, we can put them right in there because they're at 400 degrees. Convection oven, right? 400 degrees is 400 degrees, right?
That's true. That's true.
All right.
I don't know, but this said oven, I hate to tempt fate.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What? Jesus, you write like a freaking...
I write like a teacher.
What does Santa use other than...
What does Santa use other than a sleigh? I mean, where have we seen him using something else? Besides, there's no sleigh in Hawaii. There's no snow in Hawaii.
No, but I think he rides a reindeer in on the smaller areas.
He rides a reindeer?
Yeah, he picks like Donner and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen or whatever, and rides one of those in. No?
Real? No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think he rides different things into different countries.
So when you say different things, like what?
Well, okay, maybe he rides one of those canoes with the big arms sticking out.
He can't do it. He can't do it all in one night if he's riding that thing in.
Well, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think.
What do you think he rides in Japan or China?
I think he parks the sleigh above and it just hovers there, and he grabs one of the reindeers and disconnects them and rides that reindeer into the small communities.
Oh, so he's got to have landing clearance.
No, I don't know.
No, I'm serious about this. I mean, I really wanted to know. I mean, because I grew up in a snowy area,
right?
And it was easy for me. I mean, we had a chimney on our house. But I never saw that fat bastard going down our chimney.
No,
we didn't have a fireplace.
The wiggle of his nose.
No,
he goes right down.
No, the opening is about the size of a big asshole.
I was going to say Superman. Santa Claus is a very mysterious man, so he can get into anywhere.
How did he get out of the oil burner? And that was one of my questions that I asked my parents.
Hey, look, you know what?
Santa Claus can do anything.
Johnny Rotten destroy Christmas. He can do anything.
But I was a thinking boy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you know.
Someone will buy Xavier in the box. Oh, Jack in the Box.
Yeah, Jack in the Box. Someone's going to buy Jack in the Box.
Well, it's only
during this year.
I think it's $2.3 billion they want for it.
Yeah, not that much. And not during 2019.
Now, the company that's looking at it is the same people that own, like, Buffalo Wild Wings and Arby's already.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, maybe if you could combine Arby's and Jack in the Box, holy mackerel.
I think Arby's will engulf Jack in the Box and take all their stuff and dissolve Jack in the Box.
It's going to be an Arby's.
Yep, it's going to be an Arby's.
But there's an Arby's right down the block from Jack in the Box.
All right, there's a Starbucks on every corner.
Yeah, I know. You're breaking my heart here. You're breaking my heart.
I told you, I don't know how that place survives. They just take all the leftovers from everything that everyone does, and they make a restaurant out of it. But it's not going to happen. Yep.
Oh, man. Oh.
Yep. All right, fast food delivery.
Fast food delivery, you're going to see that on the extreme upswing this year.
Well, that's what
in 2019, which we talked about a little bit.
We talked about a little bit, and you didn't know we were going to talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. On the extreme upswing,
all right,
which I'm going to be glad about.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of those people are going to make a lot of money. Hopefully, if they don't cut all the fees and stuff that the drivers get for delivering your hamburger. Now, your hamburger, a $3 hamburger might cost $5 now, but still, you're not driving, you're not using your gas and stuff.
Right. Well, and plus you got to leave a tip. Now, you remember the guy that delivers the
pizza
Dave's to the French. Okay, he's told me many times when he's come to my house where I live that I'm the only one that tips in my neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the only one that tips in my neighborhood.
That's a shame.
Yep,
that's a shame. So he loves when you he gives you the extra stuff.
Well, he does throw some extra shit in, like I need it, you know.
Right. Meat aisle house sale. I don't know what that is.
Meat aisle.
I don't know. You tell me. You wrote it. It's the right before the crease there. Above the crease. Above the fold. Above the fold.
Oh. Merritt Island.
Oh, Merritt Island.
About my okay. Cape Kennedy. or Cape Canaveral, where the missiles are launched in Florida,
right,
is on Merritt Island.
Mm-hmm.
I lived on Merritt Island back in the early 70s. Right, I lived at I saw the last, from about 6 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the last space shuttle, not space shuttle, the last
Apollo or something?
Apollo went up, Apollo 17. And I saw many, many shuttles. I saw all of the Skylabs go up. But after the Apollo and Skylab mission shut down, it was years and years and years until
the shuttle
program started. But I have to say this: every one of my neighbors was an engineer or something, and they all moved back to Houston.
Well, that's what I was talking
and
about.
Huntsville.
In Titusville and Merritt Island, and everyone worked for NASA.
It was a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have gotten, back then, this was like the first and second year that I was married, we could have gotten a 3-bedroom house on a canal,
4,500 square feet,
with a Florida room, with an upstairs. It had probably 4,000 square feet
for $60,000.
23,000.
Yep. That's about right. Yeah, isn't that a shame?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Unbelievable. And that's it for me today.
All right. Thank you, Teacher Man.
No problem. It's always a pleasure.
For you to shut the fuck up for 10 seconds.
All right, Teacher Man, anything else you want to add to this?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
You got all my presents bought?
You know what? I got all one of them bought.
They're all coming in the mail, right?
Yes, and hopefully that's the one they take from the stoop.
No. So check your stoop, check your front porch, back porch, in the bushes and stuff. So
they never put stuff on my front side of my house. They always put it in the back on the side.
You can't say they can't put it on your front side of your house because that's the same
front side.
Yeah,
the front part of my house.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Teacher Man.
Okay, Deacon. Else? Nope, Deacon. That's it.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to our fillets and lobster tails.
Oh yes.
And this weekend coming up, and we're actually going to do a bonus show. Teacher Man doesn't know it, but we're going to do a bonus show right before the holidays. So stick around for that.
Right before that. Well, that's going to depend.
Well, right before not Thanksgiving, the other one, the Christmas one.
Christmas, yeah.
We kill the other bird.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Teacher Man?
Yes. Hands here.
My name is the Deacon saying good night and good night.
Oh no. Wait, come back.
This is the absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Not sweating at all.
Baby, it's cold outside. Oh, that song's been stuck in my head.
Well, you only copied it how many times?
I know, but it literally is stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here it is right here. All right. Fingers to the camera. Bye, everyone.
Hey.
Bring him in here!
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.